So, today I wanted to have a little reading for you because I was about to do something totally different. And then I got the word intuition to me. And I sat with the energies a little bit longer and I understood that you needed some certain type of help in regards to decisions. So, I was about to make a reading about decisions. But when I was about to make that, I realized that it's not about like helping you to take the decision. It's more about guiding you to understand how your decision making can improve a little with your intuition. So maybe some of you have been improving your intuition and getting more in tune with the intuition, understanding what it says to you, the subtle whispers, and so forth. But it might also be that you have some part of you that are reasoning yourself to things, or that you are maybe, there are things that you really can't comprehend because you're not used to it. So, because of that, you don't really take action upon it. It might also be that there are some certain type of decisions that require a little bit more of the mental, like reasoning, the logical to also exist, so to say. Everything is allowed to exist. So it might just be that you're feeling that you're in this kind of moment of that I don't really know what I feel, I don't really know what decision I should take, and what direction should I go at. I definitely been in that for a little while myself. So this reading is for you if you want to make a better improved decision about some specific situation, or if you want to get into a decision in a specific situation. This can also be your overall decision making when you feel that you may be bouncing back and forth between different type of decisions, or it's difficult for you to take decisions at this moment. You maybe have a lot of different type of decisions to take, and it can feel a little bit difficult for you to do so. So this is to get yourself going again and get yourself on the road, get more clarity in your situation so that you can take empowered decisions made from your intuition and from the guidance of your highest self. So let's start, and we will first take some tarot cards actually that I'm shuffling, and then we can take these cards which I pre-shuffled for you. So let's have a look how we can make a better decision making than we done from before. So we have the card of Nine of Pentacles, reverse position. We do also have Nine of Swords, reverse position. So we do have two nines. Nines is talking about completion. So it might be that you're feeling that you don't really know how to close, how to get some certain type of closure so that you can move forward with a new direction and with a new decision. It might also be that you are not really having all the conclusions, or you are getting stuck in the conclusions. Like you're getting stuck in the last, like you have everything sorted out for you. You know how to do something in that case, you know what different type of options there are out there, but it might just feel a little bit overwhelming between the different decisions. Maybe you have a lot of different small decisions, and that can also directly make a little bit overwhelming in your decision making at this moment. It might also be that you're at this time getting a little bit frustrating because of that. The Nine of Pentacles is a card where we feel very great. We feel very great and we feel very at ease in our days because we have been building the momentum in order for us to just relax and take it easy and take in the fruits of our labors. But this is in reverse position, so it might actually be that that is not the case for you, that you're not feeling that that's the case for you, and you may be wondering and asking yourself, why is that? Why am I not able to reap the fruits of my labor? I feel that I've been putting in so much effort into something, or I feel that I'm really improving in something, or I really been practicing something, but I don't really see that it's getting any results, and I don't really see how it's actually improving to the better. So what is it that I'm doing wrong? Maybe you ask yourself. Or what is it that I don't see? You maybe ask yourself. So all these kind of questions have maybe made you start to doubting and questioning yourself and questioning your own ability to take the right decisions for you. And that's why you're now in this kind of completion phase, where you don't really see that you want to take a decision because all the previous decisions you have been taking haven't been for the best, you maybe see it as. And because of that, you're afraid of taking the next step because you're afraid of that will just lead into another route, another type of cycle where you're not gaining the kind of success or gaining the type of results that you want in your life. Why I talking about success and results is because we have the Nine of Pentacles, but you have to apply it for your situation. What type of success that you are reaching at this point? Is it something that is quite material in regards to the Pentacles suit, or is it something that is more on a mental plane? Is it something that is more of an internal plane, so to say? Like, do you want to gain more mental awareness, or do you want to get more, feel more stable mentally, or whatever it might be, right? So that can be something in regards to that type of success as well. So we have two additional cards. The one is the magician, and then we also have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is telling that we don't have, we say, or we believe that we don't have everything that we need for the situation. We don't have everything we need to get into a certain type of conclusion to take a decision. The Two of Swords is really much in the decisions, and what we have to learn is that we just have to learn to take the decision, not being afraid of taking decisions, because some decisions maybe haven't been the most fruitful until now. For instance, the Magician is a card that is talking about resources, and it's talking about your manifestation abilities. So maybe it is that you have been starting to question your own manifestation abilities. You may be having questioning your own like, are you really good at this? Can you really call this in? Those kind of questions might be circling around in your mind as well, since we do have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is kind of a worrying kind and someone who is questioning a lot, and together with the Magician of the manifestation part here. Something that I am asking myself, I'm paying attention to her necklace in this card, and this necklace is a representation for eternity. And it's also for me like a representation for effortless. I don't know if that symbol is for that as well, but I'm seeing that symbol many times as something who is effortless. So it might actually be that the answer for you is to ask yourself, how can I make things easier in my situation? How can I make this feel a little bit easier? How can I make a decision feel a little bit easier? What is it that I need in order for me to feel that it's a little bit more effortless to do something, or effortless to take a certain type of direction? So I'm just seeing that that might be actually the little key that you need in your situation right now in order for you to understand how that you can take a decision and move forward with your situation in a way that is so much more fruitful and so much more fun for you to be in. Let's go ahead and look into these cards. So these cards will represent what energies that we need and kind of what can help us further on in our decision making. So we do have the feminine energy, and the feminine energy is so connected to intuition. The feminine energy is also connected to relaxation in one way. You see, she's really relaxed. And when we are relaxed, we don't take decisions out of fear. We don't take decisions out of we feel fear that we're losing out of things, or we see someone is doing something that is seem to work really good for them, and then we're comparing ourselves with it. The feminine energy is not to be in one way or another like jealous on someone else, or feeling that we are less than because we are like comparing ourselves once again, right? So this is you stepping into your throne, stepping into your goddess era, and stepping into your feminine vibes. No matter what gender you are, you're stepping into your feminine vibes. This is what you will be needing a lot. So even if you feel that your decision right now is need to be based on logics, needs to be based on how it feels from within, needs to be based from a blend of your intuition. I do see that the most important for you is to listen to your intuition. So you need a certain type of energy where you can lose up a little bit, okay? So what is it that you can do so you feel a little bit more loosen up? And do that a couple of days, maybe do that a week, maybe take a week where you're saying to yourself, like, this week I'm going to loosen up. I'm going to, I don't know how, I'm just going to loosen up a little bit. Maybe it's dancing, maybe it's through some certain type of feminine expression. Maybe it is I need some kind of shaking in my body. Maybe it is I need to write down my thought and let them out on a paper and just releasing them. Like, how can I loosen up a little bit? Is it my seriosity? Am I very serious in a situation right now? Do I see the situation as like, this is the most important, I really have to make the right decision, right? So how can I loosen up? Give yourself a week to do that. Stop asking yourself the same question that you've been asking yourself. Stop to try to find a decision, to stop to force the decision, because we need to get ourselves out of that force, right? And into the flow. And that we do with the feminine energies. So loosen up, make sure that you find like 3 things or whatever that can help you to loosen up a little bit for a week, and then check in with yourself. Do I need to loosen up more? Or can I get back to into seeing what type of decision that I can make? Next card we have is Sister Rose, and this is also a very feminine energy. This is an energy for me who's talking about being gentle with ourselves and being like honoring ourselves and honoring our faces, honoring that I am in a moment of time that maybe I don't have all the answers. Maybe I'm not really feeling ready to take a decision. Maybe I feel that, yeah, I know the different directions, I know different strategies, I know what I can do, but maybe I just not there quite yet emotionally, or my intuition is like, I have been talking away from my intuition a little bit. So first and foremost, I need to reconnect with that intuitive nudge. Okay. So it may be just be to allow yourself to be a little bit more gentle towards yourself, that you don't have to have a decision right here, right now. It doesn't have to be like right here, right now, I have to have a decision, so to say. So this is something that can really help you in your decision making at this time as well. I will take some additional cards before we end up this reading. I want to keep it quite short, but almost never gets anyways with my readings. What needs to come out does need to come out also. So let's see what we have. So we have the card of Beyond the Wheel. This is truly like a high priestess card. High priestess is sitting beyond the wheel, like lifting the beyond the wheel. She's between two worlds, so to say. And high priestess is the one who is the ruler of the intuition, so she really knows what she's feeling and whispers of time. Okay. So maybe you have been forcing yourself into the decision. You have to have a decision now, or you have to have a decision very soon. You maybe put on a certain type of deadline on yourself that you don't need, or it might also be that you're feeling that you're running out of time, or that things are taking longer time, or something like that. It might also be that you have been losing up a little bit, like giving yourself a little bit more time, telling to yourself that, you know what, I don't need to rush things. You know what's most important is that not how quick I get somewhere, but how it feels to get there, how it feels throughout the journey. Maybe you are getting more into the journey and understanding and leaning into the unknown. That is also something which the high priestess is a representation for, like being okay with, or even more so, like loving the unknown, actually loving the mysticism of life. So this might be a very great period for you to do the same, getting into more of the mysticism vibes. Because sometimes when we are in these human bodies and when we are on earth and everything like that, we just because we don't see a particular result that we wanted for ourselves doesn't have to say that we don't have the result. Have you been checking in on how in other ways that you actually have what it is that you have been wanting for yourself, for instance? Is there other subtle ways that is telling you that you know exactly what to do and is telling you that you can very well take a decision? What are you afraid of when it comes to taking this decision? What are you the most afraid of? Can we open up ourselves to the idea, the thought of that in the unknown, and we'll get answers? In me just losing up and saying like, I don't know, I don't know right now. Okay, I will figure it out, but it will come when it comes. Can I let myself? Can I sink into that and letting that be my guidance? Letting that really guide me into getting a great decision. So let's see, we take the last cards here. I'm going to take from 2 different decks, and then we are done for the reading for today. So in order for you to take a little bit more, like have an ease in your decision making, I do see that we need to praise ourselves. We need to give ourselves, like, have a boosting self-talk with ourselves at this moment of time. Maybe you are like criticizing yourself, and as I said, like going around and around and just like, no, I haven't been taking right decisions. This haven't been good. Okay, I'm not good in taking decisions or whatever it might be. This card is telling us that give yourself a good boost. You need that boost right now. So give yourself a lot of praise at this moment. Give yourself a lot of boost at this moment. Give yourself like this kind of boosting of that. I fully know, I'm fully aware of what decisions I'm making. I'm fully aware of how I will get out of this situation. I will take the best decision. I know that. I trust and I rely on myself, and not just saying it, right? But really asking, saying yourself. And if you feel that you're a little bit unsure about that, like if you feel something that I don't really resonate with that, I don't really believe in that, make a change by asking yourself, like, why am I the one who will make the best decisions? Why do I really know what the best decision is? Why will I take the best decision? Like, ask yourself why, because that really opens up a new dynamic, and that, like, your mind is starting cooperating with you and telling yourself why it is that. So that is a kind of technique which I use many times when I'm questioning myself, or I'm using it when I'm dealing with certain type of beliefs and so forth. It's super efficient. So okay, let's have a look at the last card. Popping and popping. New moon. Okay, so I harness the energy of the new moon to set free intentions. Okay, so new moon is all about intention setting. So in order for you to get a little bit back into your decision making and knowing that you can take a decision and knowing what decisions to take in your situation or in a couple of situations that you maybe will be dealing with at this moment, it is great for you to set a very clear intention. Be very intentional what it is that you want out of the decision, and what it is that you want out of the situation in itself, and what is your intention moving forward. So this can be that just revisiting your intentions a little bit. I don't know why that is important, but for some it's apparently important to tell that, like, revisit your intentions so that it's easier for you to hear your voice. So maybe it's easier for you to hear your voice and not comparing yourself with others, or not look into that others seem to have a progress or whatever it might be, right? Because I tapped into this from the beginning, like that we're talking about, like we maybe see others and it goes well for them or something, and then we're comparing ourselves with each other. So in order for you to tune in and hear your voice, listen to your voice at this moment, revisit your intentions. Why do you do a certain thing? Because people that we see sometimes, that we look up to, or that doing similar things that we do, or like whatever, they might sometimes have different intentions to why they do something. So some decision, some method, something, a tool or whatever that works out for them might not necessarily be for you, because you have a different type of intention. So let's say, for instance, that you want to gain a success in your profession. or that you want to feel that you have a little bit more space for yourself in your days. Let's take one of those two decision examples. So if you look into another person and just like that person always seem to have so much space and time for themselves. Wow, they're always finding some figuring something out. They are seem to like get happier and happier. They seem to get so many revelations. They seem to have such a depth and such a wisdom in themselves. What is it that they are doing? Their intention maybe is just that. Their intention maybe be that what's most important for me is that I am always spiritually evolving, for instance. That's the most important thing for me. Or it might be that their intention at that point is to do that because of that they also need to gain some other type of information. Maybe they have a period in their life where they need to get some answers, so it's important for them to go deep into their own wisdom and asking themselves very deep questions. But for you, maybe your intention is differently. Maybe you also want to evolve spiritually and deepen into your spirituality. But for you, it's rather about feeling more fulfilled, or it's rather about attracting a certain type of vibration, or attracting a certain type of life for yourself, you know? So it might be that your intention is differently. So then don't look at that person, because that person have other type of intentions. Do you feel me here? It can be as well for if you see someone is doing some certain type of, this is definitely for me. Like sometimes I see people do some certain type of marketing and I'm just like, oh, it seemed to work. Is that great? And then I go take a couple of steps back and just like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Is this really my intention? Is this how I want to market myself and my business? No, it isn't. Okay, I hope that was clear for you. And I hope that this was really helpful for you. I will end this reading for today. Give it a like if you like this. And especially if you want to see more of these readings again on this channel. I haven't been doing so many readings lately. So give me thumbs up so that I know, or your favorite emoji or something, commenting on that, so that I know that you want to see more of these type of readings. And with that being said, thank you so much for tapping in today. Keep on listening to your within talks and know for sure that you will get into a great decision for yourself now. Okay, take care. Bye.